welcome to another video. This is hopefully going to be a short little video, but I thought I would show you all how to do sock, which have become my favorite way to style my hair overnight, no heat. So sock curls have become my favorite way to style my hair without heat, without nothing. So I have recently washed my hair. I have some leave-in conditioner and just a variety of other stuff that I use in my hair. The big thing for me is the Paul Mitchell thickening spray, and I don't have it in here with me. I will insert a picture like the good YouTuber, I guess, that I'm trying to emit. So the big thing you need are socks, obviously. These are over the knee, and I love these for this application. You're also going to need like a variety of pins. All right. So yeah, here I have traditional bobby pins. You can see it's a traditional bobby pin. I then have these, which are bun pins. You usually stick these in when you've got a bun roll like this to kind of hold everything in place. For me, the heavy hitters are these itty bitty bobby pins, and I'll show you why once I get some socks in my hair. So I like to use the foot end of the sock because it doesn't have this ribbing. And the ribbing is really good to work around and to pin everything in once you're done, but it doesn't work very well as a base. So I'm going to start with the left side of my head. So I'm going to pin the sock across, and I like to pin it in the middle. If you pin it in the front, you get like this weird lump thing. I don't want that. I just want the sock to stay in place. So I'm going to grab one of those bun pins. So like just the U, the guys shaped like a U. And I'm going to weave that through between the base of the sock and down into my hair. And I'm going to go up and down a couple times, mostly just to hold everything in place. And then I'm going to do another one on this side to make sure that nothing is amiss. I am going to try and keep it pretty close to the part because I want to be able to move the hair. I'm trying to look at my monitor, look at my mirror, and look at the camera at the same time. So this is where we start wrapping the curls. So I'm just going to take the front section of my hair. I'm not really going to worry about making sure my portions are even. I just want to make sure they go around the socks and that they're going to have some curl to them and they're not going to be too big or too small. So the nice thing about this is you can really control how tight your curl is going to be. If you want something really loose and spiral, if your hair will hold that, you can get that with this technique. All right. So once I get down to the point where I don't have any more hair that's going to wrap around, I'm going to take that little bit of hair, wrap the sock around it, and go in with one of these go in with one of the little bobby pins, go open it up, go through the sock, and hook it through the hair. So what you've got is a bobby pin. The hair is tucked inside the sock, so it's not going to go anywhere. And there you go. You've got one wrap. So I'm going to keep doing this. Do this a couple more times. Oh, I did forget to separate. Normally I do separate my hair into two, just so that I know where one side stops and the other side starts. sides. And you do have to decide which way you want the curl to go. So if you want it going away from the face or towards the face, you need to make that decision before you start wrapping. That's too much. So since I've got that first layer in and it's pinned, I'm not going to worry about it. I'm going to leave it there until I finish getting this wrapped. And by this, I mean this side. So I'm going to go over that bobby pin, keep wrapping until I get down to the bottom. And we pin that back in. All right. So one thing I like about the long sock is if I need to stop a moment, I can tuck the sock into my shirt or clip it to something and it'll stay out of my way. All right, I've got this little bundle back here and that's it. Oh no, that's not it. Ah! I've not done this on camera yet and it's so much harder. Now, there's all kinds of technique you can play with as far as placement and what's gonna actually end up curled versus what's gonna end up, you know, just kind of loose. There's a lot of different stuff you can do with this technique, and I've been playing with this for a couple years now. All right. All of my little bobby pins have just vanished. I don't know where they go. Okay, so I'm going to give this an extra twist just to give myself slight insurance. And I'm going to find a small clip. Excuse you, that was rude. But it didn't break. And I'm going to clip that on the inside of my shirt. And then we're going to do side 2. So I do want to brush it out slightly because it was held in with a clip. We're going to take sock numéro 2 and I'm going to place this over but a little bit more forward than the last pin, or than the other sock. And then another U-shaped pin. So the reason I go a little bit forward is because the pins don't like going through that many layers of sock. The thing I really love about this is you can put the pins directly through the socks and the hair will hang on to it without a whole lot of evidence that you did something different. Okay, so bun pin through side 2. All right, so now I'm going to scoop the rest of it back. I'm going to take a chunk. As I was saying with the curl, if I want it going away from my face, I'm going to go backward. But if I want it going toward my face, I'm going to lift up the sock and have it coming this way. So I hope that's clear. If it's not, feel free to leave it down below and I'll try to clarify. But I like the curls going away from my face. They're just easier to maintain. And if you want to tighten the curl, all you got to do is pull on the sock. It's pretty, this method, I love this method. It's literally easier for me than French braiding my hair. So I go about 10 days between washes, which is why I like to give my hair some texture as it's drying. See, the shirt helps a lot. Okay, I've got enough back here for maybe 2 more wraps. That's fine. Not freshly washed. My hair is freshly washed. I took a shower, I don't know, 2 hours ago. But you can always, you know, spray water, just don't use hairspray on it right away. I made that mistake of putting hairspray in the curls before I let them set for an event last year, and it did not look cute. It was crispity, crunchity, not good. Okay, last bit. So the last bit, I like to make sure that I've pulled the sock as close to the nape of my neck as possible, so that it kind of pulls everything in and you don't have this weird catch-all. Okay, so I'm gonna wrap that end, put that pin in. All right, well, we're not done yet, but we're a lot closer. So now I'm gonna take the curl, the side that I have wrapped, already done. I'm going to carefully basically make myself a sock crown. So here is where you can take more of those bun pins and literally just push them through the mound of socks on the top of the head. You don't even need to put them through the hair, just make sure all the socks are locked in place. And as for those little bobby pins, we will be pulling them out shortly. All right, let's take the other side. Make sure that everything is still wrapped nice and snug. And we're gonna cross that and bring it over the other side. That's funny. All right, well, I'll just turn it sideways and I'll have one side going through the top and one side going through the bottom. All right, this looks pretty good. If my camera will focus. Good morning, sunshine. Okay, so we've got a couple issues. The top of the socks are nice and secure. The rest of them, not quite yet. And we've got all these tiny little bobby pins in there from when we secured the socks to the hair. Sure. Or secured the hair to the socks. So what I'm going to do is go around and put longer bobby pins. I'm actually going to use the bobby pins instead of the U-pins because they've got more hold to them. And it doesn't really matter which way you put in the bobby pin because it's going to go between the hair and the sock. It's not actually going anywhere near your head. And then once you get that pinned in, you can look at removing some of them. I wouldn't do it though until you got everything pinned. So you're just going to go around and you're pinning the 2 layers of socks with your hair in between. All right, something's going on here. This one's loose. I don't know why, but we'll just put in another pin and it'll be fine. Yeah, the hardest thing for me to get used to with this was sleeping on it. I've got a fix for that now. All right, I think I'm at a point where I can start. Oops, that was not a mini bobby pin. That was an actual bobby pin. That was a load-bearing bobby pin. Oh my God. Come on. Are you gonna stay? All right. Okay. So now we go through this perilous journey of trying to remove as many of the small bobby pins as we can. And for me, I remove them just because they're uncomfortable and they poke me. If you're okay with that, then go for it. I want to know that it works. I am going to keep pulling back this bit. I don't know why it's so loose, but it is. I'm seeing little bits popping out. I don't love that. So I'm going to go around and try even using the bun pins, because for some reason these layers don't want to like form together. There's another baby. I swear to God, it's like boning a fish, which I've never done because I'm allergic. I'm pulling out these pins and all that's happening is my hair is... It happens sometimes. You don't get the best wrap or you don't get the best tightness. It's okay. This is supposed to look a little bit haphazard, a little bit messy. Okay. I'm not feeling any more small bobby pins. So what I want to do is make sure the front is shaped the way I want it. And then I'm going to cover it. I use... So now we need to cover this. Sleeping with this as is, you know, you're going to wake up with some curl and some texture, but you're also going to have a lot of frizz and it may not be the most comfortable. I like a hair bonnet for this. Now, this is lined with polyester. It's cotton on the outside. If it's hot outside, don't do this because this is basically like wearing a plastic hat. But, so what I do is I go in from the back and lift and pull. And then tuck it all under. You know, if you need to shape it so it stays, there you go. And you just, you know, you do your skincare, you brush your teeth, you have a snack. Because now we're from Brooklyn. You know, you have a snack, you have a little nosh, and you go to bed. When you wake up, hopefully, I remember to turn on the camera. Hopefully I remember that. We'll keep fingers crossed. I'll put a note on my screen. I'll put a note on my computer. And hopefully I won't forget so y'all can see the reveal. I don't think that organic chai has much flavor. Good morning. It is 10:40, no, 10:25. I can read numbers. I swear to God, my brain is mush. So this is what we ended up with. It's promising. I know at some point the bonnet fell off. I picked it up and put it back on. I don't know why though. Anyway, I'm gonna take my little bin and make sure all of my pins end up in it. First thing I'm gonna do is start removing the pins from the top, because that's gonna be the easiest place to start. And then if we just reverse engineer how we, you know, put all of this up, we should get all the pins out. So I'm just letting everything kind of fall naturally. I'm not pulling on anything. I'm just letting it. I'm gonna squeeze these, give them a little twisty. There we go. All right, that's a little not my favorite, but all the pins are out of the socks. I will then roll these up and store them when the time comes. All right. First thing I want to do is like texturize the front, because it did get a little bit more wear than I would like. And then if you have something like the Color Wow, the finishing spray, this is what we've got this morning. And it will fall, it will loosen, it will look less like curls and more just like texture than anything else eventually. But yeah, that's it. This side just looks like I've rolled around, but that's okay. It's actually quite pretty. And if I decide to wear a hat, that'll be fine too. Okay, so to style this, because we've got the roots that have a little bit more texture, I'm just gonna use a texture spray. This is, I don't know who this is, I can't read it. Futere Berry Vegetal Texture Spray. It's vegetal, so it'll turn your hair into like celery. I hope not. I really hope not. So I'm gonna spray this from a distance at the top, and then I'm gonna go through the length as well. And it's gonna help like break up some of that like curliness and turn the curliness into texture, which is what I want in the long run. So as I do this, I am combing out the top, running my hands through the layers of hair to make sure it gets all the way in there, and then just using my fingers to pull it back. I mean, this is just unfortunate. I don't know what I can do about that other than let it be what it wants to be. I mean, this hair curling method is very much a lesson in radical acceptance. It's a lesson in it is what it is because it is what it is, and we're just gonna move on with our lives. You know, nobody did anything wrong. There wasn't any, you know, maybe I put in too many pins. I don't know. But what I'm going to do is I am going to do like the opposite of teasing. I'm going to untease it. I'm going to like not yell at it because it has glasses or braces. All right. So whilst I'm getting ready for the rest of my day, because I do have to leave in about 45 minutes, I'm just going to pull this all back into a clip and let it settle, especially the top. Like the top I want a little smoother. So the top we're gonna smooth down. And then I'm just going to twist this into a clip. I was looking for my big oval. Alright. So if you need to, you can hit it with a hairdryer. I do this so I don't have to use a hairdryer, because I have neuropathy in my hands and using a hairdryer actually hurts. So this is what I do to style my hair instead. I hope y'all enjoyed this little video. If I'm sounding quieter, it's because A, I'm not caffeinated, and B, someone is sleeping in the room next to me. So I hope y'all are taking care of yourselves so that you can take care of each other, and I will see you all in my next one. Bye, friends.